is shining, shining, nice and bright, bright. The birds are chirping, chirping,
and I'm ready to fly.
Time to get ready, ready
for another day.
Hey, no one can stop us. Oh, we gon' learn to play. Oh, every day we learn and play.
We do our best, so we'll be great.
You do your best, best,
and I do mine.
So let's get ready,
Cause it's about that time.
Good morning, you. Good morning, how do you do? Good morning, time to be great. Good morning,
Your dance and play. So start today.
open your eyes.
Reach for the sky.
Good morning, 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 morning to you. Good morning, 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 how do you do? Good morning, 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 morning to you. Good morning, 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 how do you do?
Good morning.
You see me on my grind,
Woo. Stars got to shine.
I'm a supernova.
Yeah, you see me taking over. Yeah.
I'm on the move, I got a way to stride to it. So let me hear you say, every day we gon' learn and play.
Hey y'all, hey, good morning. Today is Monday, May 3rd. We made it to May. I'm still out in I'm still out in Miami. I'm going back today, y'all. So don't fret. My kids is calling me. My mama calling me. I'm going back today. For those that know, I have been gone since last Monday actually. And we celebrated a few things over the weekend when I finally got a chance to sit down and play, because all week I was working actually, and that is actually and factually. And so Friday evening is when I finally got a chance to sit down and play just a little bit, you know. So girlfriends, they came and from Dallas and Detroit. We celebrated birthdays, we celebrated divorces, and we just celebrated sisterhood and friendship. So we had a great time. Everybody flew back yesterday, and I'm flying back tonight. So just wanted to let y'all know that. Um, any breaking news happened over the weekend? What we got going on, y'all? I know that. Did y'all tune into the lineup? We Kennedy on from. Am I stuck? We had Paige Kennedy on good. From the Upshaws. So it's a new comedy. It's a new comedy with Mike Epps, Wanda Sykes, Kim Fields. So it's a lot of great people in the comedy, but it's on Netflix, and so I was a little concerned about Netflix doing a series. Not that I'm, overly concerned, because whatever Netflix does, they do it right. So, nonetheless, he is a series regular on the Upshaws. It's starting May 12th. Again, that was with Mike Epps, Wanda Sykes, Kim Fields, Paige Kennedy, and I think it's gonna. Well, we saw several episodes, but I think it's definitely going to be something that gets another season, several. But he was great. He actually is from Detroit. We didn't know that. Most of the hosts on the Lineup are from Detroit. And so he came in talking about what up, though, and that's how we knew. That's our sign of, you from Detroit win. You from Detroit win. The greeting is what up, though. So nonetheless, y'all go check it out. Aired last night. It was live. Paige Kennedy. He's also in addition to being an actor, he's also a rapper, and so he had some message type of videos that we kind of screened last night as well. Two of them. One was called Safe and one was called Fear. He said you got to watch Fear first and then watch Safe after that. Nonetheless, the wind up was on last night. I hope y'all caught it, and y'all was supporting. I'm going to Facebook to see what y'all talking about, Good morning. Good morning. Um, so while I'm doing that, I do have some news for you guys. You guys know that King James is coming on today at 9 a.m. He is giving us his sports report. I don't know what's going on in the sports, y'all. So he's gonna come on and tell us all about it at 9. I'm getting to y'all comments. Give me 1 second. And I'm gonna share too. I've been slacking on my sharing because I've been on um making sure that I'm bringing y'all the news. So we're live. I just shared it on my page, y'all. So, what else is going on? So, what's going on with the U.S. and the Navy Marine Corps? They quietly discharged. Did y'all see that? I mean, it's not funny and it's not surprising either. So I'm just saying. Let me turn this down. Hey, Shirley Carter. Good morning from beautiful Philadelphia. Hey, Randy Burns. Good morning. Hey, girl. Hey, D Shields. You back in Denver? My girlfriends was talking about the next trip we should go to Colorado. I'm like, D's in Colorado. We can go. Nonetheless, good morning, y'all. Good morning. So, the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps quietly discharged white supremacists, y'all. Um, Let me bring up the story. Did y'all see this? 13 investigations, no court martials. Here's how the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps quietly discharged white supremacists. I'm not surprised, y'all. For decades, the U.S. and Navy Marine Corps have quietly kicked out some of the worst white supremacists in their ranks, offering them administrative discharges that leave no public record for their hateful activity. Um, the documents obtained via a public records request by the open government advocacy group American Oversight detailed 13 major investigations into white supremacist activity in the Navy and Marine Corps for over 20 years. They show a pattern in which military leaders choose to deal with personnel involved in extremism by dismissing them in ways that would not attract public attention. Take what happened to Edward Fix and Jacob Lasky. This is Jacob Lasky. In the early hours of December 10th, 2000, three white men left a neo-Nazi rally and headed to downtown Jacksonville, Florida. They were looking for a black person to beat up, according to Navy records. On Main Street, they found John Joseph Newsom, 44. They beat him severely with their fists and a broken bottle, shouting, "Kill the N-word." Then they went looking for another victim. The trio were soon arrested and charged with aggravated battery, causing great bodily harm, and committing a hate crime. All three pleaded guilty to the felonies and were sentenced to varying terms in the Duval County Jail. Fix and Lasky faced another investigation. They were enlisted members of the U.S. Navy serving at nearby bases. And so they actually put the incident report in here. It's 5 pages. It's redacted. Well, I guess his date of birth and address, but it looks like it's still redacted. The two sailors never faced military charges, which probably would have resulted in them being dishonorably discharged if they had been found guilty. Instead, the Navy dismissed them via administrative discharges. Their only punishment from the Navy for almost beating the man to death in a racially motivated hate crime was to lose their jobs, documents show. Fix and Lasky entered civilian life with barely a blot on their military record. Fix fared even better because he had cooperated with civilian prosecutors. The felony conviction never went on his record. Hey, Manny, good morning. Tanya, good morning. Shannon Maddox Ham, good morning. Yes, D. Oh, wow. Long overdue for our military to fix this. It's crazy. That is so crazy. Jean, hey girl, hey. I'm still down here. Jean said, That's how the military does it. Blacks who are said to be in gangs get less than honorable. So just send them free into the civilian world, D, right? Hey Carlos, so I was talking about the Navy and the military, the Marine Corps, who quietly kind of dismissed and discharged white supremacists. So basically, they set them out into the world without a record for Mr. Fix, anyway. And they sitting up there just letting them go free. So let me continue on. So the guys that we were talking about right now, Carlos, they were white supremacists, and they went out looking for black people to beat up. They beat up this 44-year-old man and almost killed him, and they went set out on another one and almost killed him as well. Nonetheless, they got picked up, they got charged, and the sentences were really reduced. And one of the guys, because they both were in the military, they didn't get a they don't have records. Not really. So 13 investigations into white supremacy, no court martials. The Navy records describe investigations into allegations of white supremacist assault, theft, verbal abuse, threats, and gang crimes from 97 to 2020. One investigation involved members of a white supremacist gang called the RRR, an apparent nod to the Ku Klux Klan, who branded themselves with lighters and got in fights with non-white Marines. In another case, a female sailor started one of the earliest online white supremacist message boards. She bragged about her top secret security clearance while writing screeds about Hitler, Jews, and black people. Not one of the 13 investigations resulted in a military trial known as a court martial, according to the documents. That's the only way a member of the military can receive what's called a punitive discharge, such as dishonorable or bad conduct discharge. So it goes on and on and on. No secret there. I'm not surprised. I'm also not surprised that they're trying to cover it up. And I'm not surprised that this has been going on for years. It's definitely sad. Yes, Carlos, no court martial. You were in the Air Force? Okay. I never would have known. But yeah, so D, they will make their way to law enforcement if they do not watch them. That's what's going on right now. Hmm. Absolutely, y'all. So I think everything we need to go in and clean up everything. Not necessarily defund, but definitely restructure, reorganize, usher out the bad, usher in the good. I don't know how you tell good, but we know this that what's already there is not that good. I'm not gonna say it's bad, but we know it's not that good. So Jean says, Carlos, I was Air Force. All right, Jean, I didn't know that. She said I was surrounded by these racists, spent my adult life around them. Girl, that's so crazy. Um, Carlos. Thank you. You know I'm down in Florida, Carlos. So I got my little tan too. I know we talked about something serious, but Carlos said, you look gorgeous as usual. Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate that. Jeffrey Phillip Hicks. Jeffrey was at the wine up last night. Jeffrey says, happy Monday. True blessing goes out to Rolling Out. Thank you, Jeffrey. We appreciate that. So, so that's enough of that story, y'all. I don't know how and let me ask producer TJ because he might know. But how do we go about bringing more awareness and making sure that these organizations, even if they are government ran, making sure that they are um, right sized? I don't know if that's. Thank you, D. Um, like, how do we go about making sure that we get the bad out and get the great in? I don't know. Okay. We are going from let's go to Walmart. I'm pivoting. Walmart is coming after Kanye West. That's not even funny. Walmart is coming after Kanye West because of his Yeezy logo. Um, Walmart said it's too close to theirs, and he gonna have to change. He gonna have to change it. He said, "I don't care who Walmart is." I mean, Walmart said, "I don't care who Kanye is." He gonna have to change that because it looked too close to ours, and it really does not look that way to me. What y'all think? That's like I can do a spiral like that with some dots. Like that's okay. Let's see what they're talking about. So Walmart is coming after Kanye West for releasing a proposed logo design that the retailer says too closely resembles their own logo. This is Walmart. The retail giant filed a notice of opposition on April 21st to the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, challenging a logo trademark application that was submitted by Kanye West's apparel brand Yeezy. Walmart believes the logo design depicted in the Yeezy application is confusingly similar to Walmart. Let me tell y'all what's not confusingly similar. The product, okay? The quality of the product, the prices of the product. I don't think anyone is going to be mistaking that. But nonetheless, um, so they say both logos resemble a sun. Walmart's logo has thick lines that look like sun rays, and Yeezy's proposed logo has lines made up of a set of dots that also resemble sunlight. Listen, okay. Why, y'all? Like, y'all ain't got nothing else better to do. Y'all mad. I was just saying. Okay, so according to Walmart's letter, the company communicated with Yeezy in July and August of 2020, and again in each of the first 3 months of this year. To date, we have not received any conclusive information from Yeezy regarding the planned use or any cooperation from Yeezy in order to find common ground. Oh, so y'all mad that he ignoring y'all. That's what's going on. Walmart has been using the Sunlight logo since 2007, and Yeezy filed documents for its proposed logo in January 2020. Kanye West has earned a lot of money from his fashion company. The rapper turned shoe mogul is now reportedly worth $6.6 billion, y'all. We need some scholarship funds. Kanye. uh, anyway, just give us $100 million. We'll make sure some kids get to school. The vast majority of his wealth is tied up in his apparel businesses. West Yeezy's sneaker partnership with Adidas and his clothing line with The Gap are worth a combined $3.2 billion to $4.7 billion, according to a UBS report published in February. The Yeezy team has still yet to respond. He said, listen, they over there mad because he got billions, y'all. They trying to stop it. Don't do that. A logo is not going to stop his wealth, Walmart. I'm just saying. Listen, D said send him those letters for scholarship funds. He's definitely great with charity. I am, girl. We got some kids in Detroit that need to go to Detroit and San Francisco, actually, because it's black people in San Francisco still. Y'all know that they had that last man last man in San Francisco. Y'all remember that film? It actually was a good film. Okay. So D said they are definitely working on cleaning law enforcement agencies, spoke to some leaders. It's definitely not being overlooked. Carlos said, did you know the military is looking at changing the way sex assaults are handled? No. Do tell, Carlos. Um, anyway, we got to send Kanye those letters for scholarships because he'll give it to him. He just raised $1 million for DMX. Was it $1 million or was it over $1 million? So nonetheless, I don't know what's gonna happen. It's really simple. He could just change the logo. It's not that deep. It's not gonna change his money. So whatever. Where we going to next? Let's go to Michael B. Jordan. Did y'all see this film? Michael B. Jordan is starring in the film Without Remorse. So we actually watched the trailer last night in Hot to Watch for the Wine Up. However, Romeo International was holding it down because he went and talked to Lauren London, who also stars in the film with Michael B. Jordan, as well as Michael B. Jordan. I believe both of those interviews can be found on rollingout.com. You guys go watch it. Not sure if we got time to watch one of them, at least a snippet of the one with Lauren London. We'll see if we can get that up. We're going to get y'all weekly dose of Romeo International. He's still doing his thing for real. So Michael B. Jordan, they says a new norm. Michael B. Jordan is shaking up action movies with his Tom Clancy film Without Remorse. So Michael B. Jordan, and it says watching Michael B. Jordan in a loving marriage and then exacting revenge for his wife's murder in a franchise-ready action thriller almost makes you forget this isn't a normal occurrence in Hollywood. Okay. It's not often we see black leads in big budget films not centered on black trauma, let alone playing roles based on white characters. In Amazon Prime's Without Remorse, which started streaming last Friday, it's a film based on Tom Clancy's book of the same name. Jordan takes on the role of former Navy SEAL John Kelly, who's described in the book as an Irish American Catholic. Okay, y'all. The movie is the origin for the story Kelly, and the movie is the origin story for Kelly, and is hopefully the beginning of a rich and entertaining franchise. Michael B. Jordan is 34, y'all. Did y'all know that? Let me tell y'all something about Lori Harvey. She better go get them babies. You playing, girl. Anyway, it doesn't end there. Jodie Turner-Smith. Jodie, of course, was the female lead in Queen and Slim. She looks beautiful in this film, by the way. Jodie Turner-Smith plays Karen Greer, a black woman lieutenant commander of the Navy SEALs, and her character is poignant in that her role was written for a man, and as of today, there haven't been any women SEALs, though one woman made it through training in 2019, let alone a black commanding officer. So Jordan says, I think that it's just the times that we're trying to usher ourselves out of and create a new norm. He says of normalizing black lead characters in action movies and films about regular life. Hopefully, with representation and examples of success in these areas, it will start to dissolve the hesitation and create more opportunities and more vehicles for other talented actors to be able to take on roles like this. I don't even know if we got the trailer, because it really was good. We was like, we missed this over the weekend. So in 2018, Jordan, who also serves as a producer on Without Remorse, announced he'd be adopting an inclusion writer for his production company, inspiring others, industry big names, to do the same. But the casting choices like Turner-Smith for his latest film were intentional and not done to fulfill an inclusion writer. Jordan says, it's a regular aspect that just comes with me and my production company wherever I go. Let's take a look at the trailer, y'all, because this movie looks like it was fire.
On your feet.
Senior Chief John Kelly is more dangerous and effective than any man we have in the field. The only thing he has more than kills are medals.
Somebody would like to talk to you.
John, if you're done in there, we need you to get back in the field.
Senior Chief Kelly, it appears you have a common enemy with the United States.
They took everything from me. My family. I got nothing left.
Their plan is a series of strategic attacks
all over the world.
We have to respond.
I need to be on that team.
Lieutenant Commander Greer, you lead the mission.
CIA doesn't support any further investigation into your wife's murder.
They had no right to take so much from me.
This is a go mission.
They knew exactly where we'd be.
What the hell is going on here?
What's the real mission? They brought their warrant in my house. They're gonna play by my rules now. No remorse.
Cause I'm sucker
What y'all think? I'm definitely here for it. If I can download it today, I'm gonna download it so that I can watch it on the plane. Yeah, D. D said that's a date night movie. Yes, girl. Yes, have fun with Brent. I'm gonna watch it. It was giving me. I'm trying to think because it was giving me. What was the name of the film? It was kind of like Born Identity, along those lines, but mixed in with Taken. And what was that one film where the guy, it must have been Taken, and he was hell bent on killing everybody that kidnapped his daughter. Anyway, I think it was called Taken. Yeah, Lauren London with beautiful 24/7 vibes. Yeah, so Romeo did an interview with Lauren London as well as, I believe, Michael Jordan. They're the site right now. Y'all go to the site, check them out. I'm not sure if we can play them. Started on Prime Video on Friday. Yep, and yep. Okay. Oh, okay. I missed it. So y'all know Friday I had connection issues. Nonetheless, producer TJ played the Romeo video on Friday. So sorry, D, you can't get your Romeo vibes on the show, but you can definitely go to the site and see it. Sorry, girl. But yes, the Born series is definitely a vibe for sure. So it's giving me Born mixed in with Taken, mixed in with, action, thrilling, all of that. Nonetheless, let's go to another report. What else we going to? Producer TJ wanted to talk about the GOP lawmaker charged with letting rioters in the White House. Oh, did he think he was going to get away with that? So let's go to the story, producer TJ. So it says that the GOP lawmaker charged with knowingly letting rioters breach the Oregon Capitol. Oregon Capitol? What the hell? I thought they was talking about the okay. As far-right demonstrators gathered outside the Oregon Capitol in December in the hope of ending coronavirus restrictions, State Representative Mike Neerman, Republican, appeared to deliberately allow entry to two men trying to breach the building as he was leaving. Without hesitation, two rioters on December 21st rushed inside the Capitol in Salem, Oregon, held doors open and signaled for others to come in before police arrived to cut off the security breach. I didn't even hear about this one. Did y'all hear about this one? Y'all know Oregon been cutting up though. Let's see. Let's play a little bit of the video right quick. Not sure if we have sound. How you not gonna know? How? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So he tried to play it off like he didn't see the guy. What? Okay, can we back it up just a little bit? What was the guy holding in his hands? Because if that was a doggone, it definitely was a weapon. But what was it? I still couldn't see it. Nonetheless, Neerman, 57, now faces criminal charges for his role in allegedly allowing the rioters to breach the Capitol in Oregon. And the GOP lawmaker has been charged with misdemeanor counts. Y'all see this? Do y'all see this? I'm steady. Oh, Lord. Oh. He got. Oh, that's a flagpole. Okay. So this happened before January. So this was in December, y'all. And this didn't even make the news. It didn't make national news. I didn't see this. Did y'all see this? Um, mm, so very interesting. So they pushed him all out the building. So Nearman faces criminal charges for his role and allegedly allowing them to breach the Capitol. The GOP lawman has been charged with misdemeanor counts of first-degree official misconduct and second-degree criminal trespass, according to court documents. He can he cannot sit up there and say he didn't see what they had in their hand and it was just a mistake. He just left the door open. Come on now, don't do that. Prosecutors say Nearman, who was stripped of his committee assignments and has faced calls to resign in recent months, unlawfully and knowingly opened the door for the far right group with intent to obtain a benefit or to harm another. Yeah, he was trying to sit up there and act like he was trying to sit up there and act like he didn't see it. He wasn't even, paying attention. But nah, Rep. Nearman put every person in the Capitol in serious danger and created fear among Capitol staff and legislators, tweeted Oregon House Speaker Tina Kotek. I called on him to resign in January and renew my call in light of today's charges. Oregon Public Broadcasting reported that at least 3 of the men who took part in the far-right demonstration in Salem made the trip to the U.S. Capitol weeks later for the insurrection on January 6th. Nearman did not immediately respond to a request for comment Saturday. In a statement in January, the Republican said he was the victim of mob justice and repeated his belief that the state house should be open, y'all. And that was definitely practice for January. And how come we didn't see it? Because that happened in December. Exactly, D. Oregon had an insurrection in December at their capital, right? Just a mess that way. Yeah, so that was in December. I didn't see that, though. You saw that, D? D says, Jean Bracy, I was thinking that in February when I saw it. Like, did they? Yeah, they did, y'all. I don't know how much longer we supposed to act like, or they supposed to act like we don't damn know. Mm. In lighter news, did you guys see that Madame VP Kamala, she got a wax figure? Did y'all see that? And you know what? I also want to shout out to my 2 of my special homegirls in Detroit. Um, this is AKA Ty. They crossed AKA yesterday. Lottie Robinson. We did a story on her, Sisters with Superpowers. She's an executive over at Stellantis, which used to be Chrysler, FCA Chrysler. And then Alexis Kerr. I had no idea. We just talked to her last week, I think it was. Um, she crossed as well. So congratulations to those beautiful ladies that crossed AKA. And we're going to talk about another beautiful lady, AKA Kamala Harris, Madam Vice President. She is the first to get, she's the first VP to get a wax figure at the famed Madame Tussauds Museum. Did y'all see this? I love it. So, of course, they're saying that it will be hard to forget the day of January 20th, 2021, when history was made in D.C. as Madam Vice President Kamala Harris was sworn in one of the government's highest positions. Not only was it a day of commemoration, but it was also a day of first as Vice President Kamala Harris became the first woman and the first woman of color to occupy the role. Those barriers of breakage have continued as it was announced on Wednesday, April 28th, that Kamala Harris will be memorialized at the famed Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. Her resemblance will grace the space in the New York location alongside President Joe Biden and other political elites later this year. The museum estimates that it will take around 6 weeks to create the clay molded heads of both Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, and an additional 4 to 6 months for the completion of the wax inspired figures. The replicas will be helmed by artist Christopher John Rogers. And in an Instagram post, sculptor Vicki Grant complimented the vice president's essence. Y'all, Beautiful. Are we gonna hit play on that? I can't tell.
This will be my third president. To add President Joe Biden to the collection is a big honor.
I'm hugely honoured to be sculpting Kamala Harris. I feel like the most important features is to get right, and not only her lovely, warm and welcoming smile, but also her eyes, because I feel like she's so engaging when she smiles.
To get the clay head to this stage has taken a lot of research, a lot of measurements. It was important just to capture the right moment.
Isn't that super cool? I took the kids to the Wax Museum in LA the Christmas before COVID hit. We had fun. I'm gonna have to pull videos from that time. It's one of our last little trips together. We had fun though. So congratulations. We're actually going to have to now take a trip to New York to see that one so that we can see history in the, I don't know, I want to say flesh, but maybe not. Anyway, congratulations. Oh, yes. Kathleen is in the virtual building. Hey, girl. Hey, congratulations, Lottie Robertson Holland. Yes, and yesterday was her birthday too, Kathleen. So if you didn't reach out to her, make sure you tell her happy belated birthday. So that was beautiful. We're gonna have to take a trip to New York. That's Kathleen's stomping ground. She loves New York. Nonetheless, congratulations to Madame Vice President Kamala Harris. This seems like a pretty cool job, though. Sculpting. I wonder how many years of practice that takes. Let's go to where are we going to? Listen. Let's go to. I'm looking at. Okay, we don't have to talk about it. Ma'Khia Bryant. Her foster mom says that the fatal incident started over an argument about house chores. Did y'all see that? um, she was such a beautiful young lady, y'all. So Ma'Khia Bryant's foster mom says that the argument started over house chores. She's provided more details into what happened before the 16-year-old was fatally shot by the police. On Tuesday, April 20th, Bryant was killed by a Columbus, Ohio policeman after she called the cops seeking help against a group of girls who allegedly showed up at her home to harm her. According to initial reports of the tragic incident, Bryant was holding a knife as a means to protect herself from the girls when she was shot. In a recent interview with CNN, Bryant's foster mom, Angela Moore, revealed that the fight started over house chores. According to Moore, on April 20th, two of her former foster children visited her home for a birthday celebration when Bryant started to fuss with others about cleaning. It was over keeping the house clean. The older one told them to clean up the house because mom doesn't like a dirty house. She added, that's how it all started. Moore also shared that even though her foster children argue all the time, she never thought it would escalate like that. And I mean, as a parent, you don't, right? Foster parent or not, you just don't think that something like that is even possible. So Moore was at work when the argument took place and received a panic call from one of the former foster children who got into the altercation with Ma'Khia Bryant. According to Moore, the young lady told her, "Mom, get home. Where are you? Going crazy." She said, "They shot Ma'Khia." And I said, huh? It was just crazy. When Moore arrived home, she was informed by the police that the 16-year-old Ma'Khia Bryant had died. She was fun. She liked to dance. She did chores around the house. She added, I never in my nightmare would have thought it would have ever come to this. Yes, yes, yes. Our thoughts and prayers are with the loved ones of Ma'Khia Bryant. So she called the police. He didn't even give her 15 seconds, y'all. He just told me. Okay. Where we going next, producer? Kathleen is in the comments. She says, first 100 days and 100 million vaccinated. VP Harris and President Biden are doing a great job. Are you vaccinated, Kathy? Y'all know I'm fully vaccinated. So, I want to go to, let's go to rollingout.com. So, did you guys see, do you guys know who, what's his name? He's a Bay Area rapper. You guys know who he is? DJ Quick. So, that story is on our site. So, apparently and allegedly, DJ Quick was upset, and hopefully we can see the video because there is a video for it. But it's on the homepage of rollingout.com. Go to rollingout.com for all of your news and entertainment, business, and all of that great stuff. DJ Quick was upset, y'all. I'm not laughing, but I understand. He says he feels cheated, and he set his royalty higher. I'm trying to think, what was DJ Quick's famous song, y'all? Somebody in the comments, let me know. Dolores, that was sad, isn't it? Dolores said that was the first that she heard of why the disagreement occurred regarding Ma'Khia Bryant. Jean says, I got stabbed in the thigh by a family member. My mom pushed the flesh back in and put a bandage on her. Girl, who over there stabbing you? Lord Jesus. Okay, I'm going back to DJ Quick. So DJ Quick's So DJ Quick was upset, y'all. He said he feels cheated and he feels as if well, let me just read it. So his legacy in hip hop has long been established, but the veteran rapper, producer, and sound engineer feels he hasn't quite gotten the respect that he deserves. I didn't know he was from Compton. I thought he was from the Bay. Nonetheless, the Compton MC showed little, quote unquote, a little royalty check he recently received from Death Row Records and was so heated at the that he set the check on fire. He says, I'm so not happy. I'm real offended by this death row check and this amount. As much work as I did for these sons of bees, I feel the respect factor is crazy. There is none. So to show you how much your money means to me, Mr. Death Row Records, all the Tupac stuff I did, help with the Dog Pound Project, Devil, you are a blank. I want my real money, and I want all my credits for everything that I did in this industry. All the songs, including Hot in Here by Nelly and Pharrell. I want my credit for being Get Naked. All my credit, and there's no disrespect to Kendrick Lamar. I love TDE. You guys are awesome. But the fact that y'all left my credit off of King Kunta to Pimp a Butterfly was crazy. The well-respected rapper was also a sound engineer at Death Row Records and is determined to not let his work go uncredited. Let's take a look at the video right quick, y'all.
Not so happy. I'm real offended by this Death Row check and this amount. As much work as I did for these sons of bitches, I just feel like the respect factor is just crazy. There is none. So, to show you what your money means to me, Mr. Death Row Records, all the Tupac shit I did, help with the Dog Pound Project. Devil, you are a bitch. I want my real money and I want all my credits for everything that I did in this industry. All the songs, including Hot in Here by Nelly and Pharrell. I want my credit for that being Get Naked. I want my credit from Kendrick Lamar for, there's no disrespect to Kendrick. I love you guys, TDE. You guys are awesome. But the fact that y'all left my credit off of King Kunta was crazy. R. Kelly, Home Alone. That's 100% all of my drum sounds, my music, and me playing percussion on it. I want that too. All Eyes on Me. It's my credit. I want that. In the Club, I helped with that record. If I Can't Do It, It Can't Be Done, 50 Cent. I want that record. I want all my credits. I'm starting to get to a point to where I'm now impatient and I feel disrespected. I'm not going to be the underdog of this music industry anymore. I am to be respected as a king and a lord that I am, a god when it comes to production. I need all of my fucking credit. Now, Burning Fast.
I'm sorry, y'all. Um, he was mad. He was big mad. So I was trying to see how much the check was for. He said he need his respect as the God and the Lord that he is. So he went on and on and on. I can't. Did y'all see how much the check was for? I'm looking in the story and I don't see it. Nonetheless, he set it on fire. I'm glad he did it on a barbecue grill because I was wondering about. Anyway, y'all stop playing with that man and his money and his credits. Give him his stuff. Like, you know, he was one of the pioneers. Just because he was from LA or California doesn't mean that he was any less great. So, $138? How much was that check? Right, that's what I was saying. Producer TJ said it looked like it was $138. Donated to charity. Oh. You calling him a lover, D? What you say? Okay, yeah, Kathleen, great point. Kathleen said the recent passing of rappers is making folk wake up. He said, listen, before I die, y'all gonna know what I did because I'm gonna let y'all know all of those. Y'all, Nelly, and these are all songs that we know. Hot in Here. What was the one by Tupac? All of them. Born and Raised in Compton. That's the one that Brent was talking about. Y'all give that man his money and his credit. Kendrick Lamar, y'all can make that right. Anyway, that's all I'm saying. Where is his lawyer? That is their problem. Where is his lawyer? That is their job to fix the problem. Yes. Oh, okay. Just wondering what you was talking about. You talking about my bad lover is a term only. Girl. Okay. DJ Click. Um, D level. Anyway. So y'all site is on there. Dollars. I couldn't see it. I was squinting real hard to see it, and I didn't see that they put it in the story either. So let's go to Kandi Burruss. So have y'all been watching The Housewives? So they on reunion. I haven't really been catching it. I've just been seeing here and there. But apparently Wanya Morris and Kandi Burruss had beef. I don't know. So we'll let's take a look at it. I just sent it to producer TJ. Kandi Burruss chatted it up this week on Instagram Live with R&B legend Eddie Levert of the OJs and discussed her worst experience working with another artist or group, The Escape, which, by the way, y'all know the verses is coming up. This is a highly anticipated verses between Escape and SWV, and I am so here for it. Nonetheless, I'm digressing. But the Escape singer told Levert that working with R&B crooners Boyz II Men didn't go so well. She said, I hate to do it. Ain't no love lost. I mean, this is 100 years later, so it doesn't even matter. But yeah, I had a bad experience in the studio with Boyz II Men. It was bad. It wasn't about the singing at all. She pointed out during the video. She said, we fell out after that session in the studio. It was an issue. I don't think I've ever been disrespected like that ever before in my studio life. It was crazy, really. But at the end of the day, that was a long time ago. Clearly, we've moved past that or whatever. She didn't really go into what happened. She said Burruss revealed that the two groups met several times prior to the studio session and had a good relationship at the time. She said it was kind of weird to me because we were friends prior. Well, some of us were cool. I didn't know everybody, but I knew a few of them. We had hung out different times prior to being in the studio working together, so it was kind of unexpected to me that working together would have the that result. It wasn't a good situation. What happened, girl? Um, she said it wasn't a good situation. Boyz II Men's Wanye Morris caught wind of the clip and gave his side of the story and claimed the argument was over songwriting credits. We've been taught that you write a song and you split songwriting credits down the middle. That way there's no discrepancies, Morris said, of how he and his group handled the songwriting process on IG Live. We finished the song, and once we finished the song, she started talking about splits. Now, the song wasn't actually finished, but she started talking about split. She said, listen, we don't need confusion. Like, let's just clear the air. Let's get it out the way. So, nonetheless, she said, continue. Let's see. Okay, let's play the clip. I didn't think we were ready. Go ahead.
Who's the easiest to work with?
Easiest.
Oh. I had a lot of great people that were easy to work with. I mean, like I said, once we got into the flow, Destiny Child was easy to work with. You know, it was just that initial, like, you know, getting to know each other phase that was kind of like weird at first. But once we got some, you know, cool with each other, that was amazing. TLC, I mean, I had a great relationship. Even after No Scrubs, I worked with them again on the next album. So they are like, you know, one of my favorite artists to work with. I don't know. I mean, I work with a lot of people, so yeah, it's a lot of easy ones. It was a lot of easy ones.
Okay, now who was difficult? Now, Candy, don't try to soft soap me. Don't you?
I hate to do it. And, you know, ain't no love lost. I mean, you know, this is 100 years later, so it doesn't even matter. But yeah, I had a bad experience in the studio with Boyz II Men.
Yeah. You know, when you say bad experience,
it was bad. It was bad.
They could sing, couldn't they?
No, about the singing. It wasn't about the singing at all. Yeah, it was not the singing.
What is it? What was it about? Was it about the attitude or what? Attitude.
Yeah. We fell out after that. It was an issue. I don't think I ever been disrespected like that before in the studio in my life. It was crazy, really. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, that was a long time ago. You know, clearly, you know, we moved past that or whatever. But it was kind of weird for me because, you know, we were friends prior. Well, some of us, you know, were cool. I mean, I didn't know everybody in the group, but I knew a few of them. We had hung out different times prior to being in the studio working together. So it was just kind of unexpected to me that working together would have that result. But it wasn't a good situation.
I'm going to leave that alone.
Yeah.
You want me to call you back? Everything all right?
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Wanye's going to tell his side of the story.
I didn't see it because it must have happened when we first started, but I saw it in the comments. People were saying, did you see Candy's interview? So she must have said something nasty for him to call you. Oh, that's awesome.
Don't do that.
Did you hear titty flapping? Yes, that's what they say, titty flapping.
Oh, yeah, that's... you gotta excuse us. We are weird, okay? Anyway, that's actually a couple of our passwords with Wi-Fi. You'll never know. But anyway, yeah, man, but Jada, man, I'll tell you, you are an amazing vocalist, and I'm going to definitely.
Okay, I didn't like the guy's comment. It must have been something nasty. Like, you shouldn't speak on something if you don't necessarily know. Nothing that Candy said was nasty. She was speaking her truth. She wasn't derogatory. She wasn't inflammatory about it. She just said it was a long time ago. We had a disagreement. She didn't even come in and say what the disagreement was. Now, the only way that we know that the disagreement was over splits was because he spoke on that situation. She just said they had a disagreement in the studio and it wasn't pretty. So just wanted to yeah, just wanted to let y'all know that and clear the air. And I love Candy. Never one time have we ever seen her, as many years as she's been in the spotlight on Real Housewives of Atlanta, doing her thing as a singer songwriter entrepreneur in Atlanta. Like, at no one point in time have we ever seen her lie about something. You know what I'm saying? She is as factual as they come, and I just hate that a whole bunch of people always try to come for her, and every single time that they do come for her, we see that it's debunked, or the liar showed up, or the truth was told. So I just want to say kudos to Candy for always being that upfront person. No, I don't, just nothing in terms of her being a no good business person, or a shyster or anything like that. Like, shout out to her for always keeping it real and for always making sure that we knew the real side of the story. There's never been a point in time where I ever doubted anything that Candy said. Period. Candy is a boss. Yes. And she got several businesses, and that's probably why they be hating on her, because she probably is the one with the most money on all the shows. But anyway, she said what she said. She wasn't nasty about it, and she still didn't even spill the tea on exactly what it was. They came back and said that. Anyway, I'm moving on. I think First King James is about to enter the virtual building. Oh, we got Caesar logged in. Yes. Okay. Um, Candy is the highest paid Real Housewife of Atlanta. So yeah, you guys may know Caesar. He is a best-selling Hispanic author, from humble beginnings to owning celebrity real estate. He does a lot with what's the guy's name? Not Charlemagne. The other guy. The other guy on the Breakfast Club. I actually, DJ Envy. I actually interviewed him. Correct. But Caesar is definitely a number one bestseller. Barnes and Noble's bestseller. On the 10 bestseller list. He's USA Today top 100 raw bestseller list. 5-time Amazon bestseller list. The list goes on and on. He also did of course, an interview with the Breakfast Club, DJ Envy, and it's on his mind right now. We're talking today about all of the great things that he is doing. Welcome. Y'all can't hear me. I'm sorry. Welcome to the show. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Good morning.
I'm well. How are you? How are you?
Good.
Yeah. So tell us about what you have going on. You are a bestseller on all of these bestseller lists. You're known for flipping properties. I believe that your book is Flipping Keys, house keys, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So tell us all about it.
Well, pretty much I've been doing real estate now for about 15 years. We presently own and manage 1,600 rental units nationwide. We also flip properties, anywhere between 60 to 70 a year.
Damn.
I've been doing real estate seminars now with DJ MB for about 2 years. Which we started doing them again because the pandemic, we had to shut down the seminars, and we just had one yesterday in Jersey. We had over 2,000 people there. My book dropped in March. It's been amazing. I wasn't expecting to be a best-selling author, and it hit number one on all the lists, which is pretty dope.
So tell us, you're selling mixtapes to flipping keys, house keys, residential keys.
Yeah.
How did you? Tell us how you went from one to the next.
Well, originally, I'm more street educated than anything else. I don't have a fancy education. I just have a high school diploma. I didn't go to college. And when all my friends chose the right path of going to school, I chose the streets. So everybody pretty much told me, if you don't change your life, you're going to get in trouble. You're going to end up in prison.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't listen, so I ended up in prison.
Oh,
And
literally.
yeah,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So, but when I ended up in prison, I met somebody as I was finishing my sentence. It was a real estate developer, and he didn't know about how prison worked. He wasn't a street guy, but he was very successful. So I taught him how to bid, and he taught me how to invest in real estate.
Wow. I love it. And you went from, you just said that you guys are managing 100 and how many? How many rental units are you managing?
1,600 rental units.
1,600. How, and obviously, I know the answer is putting one foot in front of the other and taking one step at a time, but how do you go from not only one in your portfolio to 10, but to 1,600? Like, what does that take to get there? How do you know, set your sights on it, have a vision for it, and how do you continue to move forward to get there?
Well, originally when I first started, I just wanted to have 5 units. My goal was like, you know what? I want to make 5,000 a month. And then I hit that goal, and then I just kept on it and kept on. Well,
Uh-huh.
I'm self-educated, so like the first 2 years was the hardest. But once I mastered how to stretch my money and leverage my money, that's when I took off by using private financing and the different kind of loan programs that are out there. And I just realized at that point that one house isn't going to get you rich. It's about owning multiple properties, and I just kept on and on and on and on.
How do you manage them? You have 1,600. How do you manage them? Because of course, you as the brains of the operations, you can't be everywhere at once.
Oh yeah, I have about 30 people that work for me full time.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yep.
Okay.
So we definitely, there's definitely a team behind me. Nothing can't be done without a team and a system. It doesn't work.
Yeah, yeah. So let's talk about goal setting. So you said that initially your goal was to own 5. How do you increase your goal setting? What does your process look like to set goals? And then how do you increase your vision for goal setting?
It's just numbers, as long as the numbers make sense. Like right now, I'm at 1,600. My goal is 5,000. For me to hit that goal, I have to expand nationwide even more than I am now. Because right now, I'm in New Jersey, Atlanta, Florida, and Chicago.
Come to Detroit. We
This
we in Detroit. We need some help in Detroit too.
definitely, yeah. My wife loves Detroit.
Hey girl, hey, yes, definitely come to Detroit. So let's get into this book. So keys. What are we gonna book? Can is it on Audible? 'Cause my book.
It will be out in the next 2 months. It'll be on Audible.
Okay, okay. So yeah, tell us about what we're gonna learn from this book. What are 3 things that you want readers to take away from the book too?
It's pretty much it's very inspirational. It shows you that I have humble beginnings, and that if I could do it, anybody could do it. I didn't start with a lot of money. I don't come from parents that are rich. Me or my wife, 'cause, we're a team. We did everything together. And it's just you just gotta keep on going. You're gonna see in my book. I had highs, I had downs, and I've been up now 15 years. Thank God.
Let's talk about challenges because a lot of the times we always see the success story. We see people being overnight successes. We see them highlighting their Insta reel, right? That says these are the highlights. This is the success. But let's talk about those challenges. About one in particular, you feel as if not of the game.
Yeah. Well, I've been doing this for 15 years, right? And I tell people there's no such thing as overnight success. It doesn't exist. And nobody really knew who I was till I met with DJ Envy. So I only been on social media now for maybe 3 years. Before that, nobody knew who I was. So they didn't see everything, the struggle that I've been to. It's not easy to be successful. Not at all. It doesn't exist. You have to put the time and the work in. You have to sacrifice. If you don't sacrifice, you're not gonna get anywhere. The first 5 years, to
Mhm.
give you an example, I already was a millionaire and I was still driving a Toyota Camry.
Mm.
Like I didn't buy a new car or a bigger house till I knew that that payment didn't matter anymore, that I could afford it, right? So I just kept on
Right.
investing. And a lot of people don't do that. Like they want to make a profit and go buy a watch or go buy a car or go on vacation. You have to sacrifice, and eventually you can afford any vacation or any watch you want.
Mhm. I love it. Yeah, you have to be humble. Like, so this is not, and this is what I try. I have young sons, and this is what I tell them: like, you don't have to keep up with the Joneses. You don't have to want to show off. Like, it's enough for you to know that you have something. You don't have to showboat and showcase it all to the world, right? And if you have that mentality going in, then that definitely is a precursor in my book to success, because you don't feel like you have to show off to someone, you know. um but I'm gonna go to Facebook. Facebook is chiming in for you. Y'all let Caesar know what questions y'all have, and then we'll go from there. uh I also want to talk about misconceptions that people have about investing in properties. Because you'll hear it all the time. I don't have enough money. I'm waiting to save up. I don't want to take out my 401k and invest in myself, or whatever it is. My 401k, my IRA, whatever type of savings you have, you don't want to take out and invest in yourself. Let's talk about the misconceptions of investing.
Well, the most important thing, right, is getting started. If you're getting started, right, let's say somebody is getting started, doesn't have a lot of money, you have at least a 620 credit score, you could go buy a rental property with a first time home buyer program, FHA, put 3.5% down, and make some rental income every month. Which, let's say, for example, in a place like Detroit, that could be a property that you could get for 80,000, 100,000. If three and a half
Mm-hmm.
percent is, you talk about $5,000, you need to get that deal done. That's not a lot of money. In a lot
Mm-hmm.
of cities, which I'm pretty sure that Detroit has it, they have grant programs. You take a course with the city, and they'll give you the down payment funds, right? Now the government is talking about that they're gonna that bring the down payment assistance program back again. Um,
Wow.
if you have a good credit score, you could try to apply for some business credit cards and pull capital that way to buy your first property. There's so many different
Mm-hmm.
options now compared to when I first started. You could get a personal loan. You could partner up with somebody. Uh, for your first deal, if you're a first-time home buyer, you need an average of anywhere. I want to say depends on the state, because right, every state is different. Every price point is
Yeah.
different. Anywhere between, I want to say $5,000 to $15,000.
Mm-hmm. That's all you need. Because that
Mhm.
is one of the largest misconceptions, is that you need this bag full of money, right? But $5,000 is not a lot. Like, on your closet and you look at all that designer stuff you got, that stuff add up
Yeah,
quick. It's like two items.
yeah, right.
So
It's true.
yeah, yeah,
And even
absolutely.
that,
Um
if you don't have a lot of money, this you can also try wholesaling. Wholesaling is a way of making it's kind of tough to do in the tri-state area, but when you're in a market
mhm,
with a lower price point, it's where, let's say, for example, you're selling a house, right? And I come along and I tell you, you know what, I'll sell the house for you. And then I go into contract with you. But then I assign the contract to somebody else. And that other person, he's the one that's going to close on that deal without me putting up any money.
yeah.
So in essence, you get your
Mhm.
house sold. I make $5,000, let's say, and I sign the deal to somebody else, and that's called wholesaling. I don't really do that, but that's a way of also getting into real estate without putting up money. There's a lot of guys that do that out there. Like at
Mhm.
our seminar yesterday, we had Carlos Reyes, and he does that. If people want to look him up on Instagram, he does wholesaling.
Yeah.
I don't, but that's a way of
Okay.
starting if you don't have any money.
So I want to talk about how you made your first million and what you did with that. But I also want to go to Facebook and give them a chance to chime in. Robert is on. Um, don't you pay property to all of those properties?
Oh, say it again.
Robert wants to know, do you have to pay property taxes with all of the properties?
Yeah, that's the one thing we can't get away from. We got to pay taxes. Yeah, you have to pay property taxes, but everything's a write off. You write everything off on your taxes. And when it comes to rental properties, especially compared to flipping properties, there's so many write offs when it comes to taxes and so many loopholes that you could do, so you don't have to pay that much.
Mm-hmm. You just got to pay your accountant. That know what he
Yeah,
doing,
you
right?
need a good accountant.
Exactly. D Shields is also in the comments, and she says she loves that red card tip. Thank you for sharing that. So you got a lot of people saying good morning to you. So give
Oh,
us
thank you.
some practical steps. So I got my list. I'm ready to jump in. What do I do in Detroit? I don't want to wholesale because I don't know a lot about wholesaling. But so what do I do?
I will look at my markets, right? You want to do the numbers. You want to do your research as much as possible. If you're buying a condo, right? Anything from a condo to a 4-family property, is the value of that property is based on comparable sales. Meaning, you could get these comps from Trillia or Zillow. It's very simple. You could go online and get them. It's nothing crazy, and that will tell you what has been selling in that area. So you want to look for 4 sales that have sold within a 1-mile radius within a 1-year time frame, and that'll give you an example of value. So just to break it down a little bit further, so let's say if comp 1 sold for 200,000, comp 2 sold for 175, comp 3 sold for 199, that comp 4 sold for 205. That kind of gives you an idea. It's not exact science that the house is worth 200,000. And if you're
Mm-hmm.
picking it up for 100, it's a home run.
It's a home run. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm picking it up for 100, but I might have to put 50 in it, but I'll still get 50 back if I sell it for 200, right?
Yeah. Or even if you keep it and you keep it as a rental, if it's a 2-family or 3-family, you refinance and you take the money that you get out, right? And you buy another property, another down
Yes.
payment.
So what is your philosophy, so to speak, on flipping, like buying and holding, and or flipping them? What would you prefer?
Well, as far as flipping, right? The flipping market always changes. Right now is the flipping market. Everybody's buying. The interest rates are low. There's no inventory, but it could change at any time. We probably have maybe a 2-year run when the market's gonna be like this, in my opinion. Um, I like to make at least 100,000 on a flip. When I do a flip, I like to be
Why
out of
not?
it in 60 to 90 days. You know, when it comes to rental properties, buy and hold, I believe that to build true wealth through real estate is through rental properties, right? So that's really the bigger picture. I like to make at least 1,000 to 1,500 net per property when it comes to rental properties. On the smaller properties.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And when you
No,
look
go
at
ahead.
everything, yeah, when you look at everything and every time the market changes, right, the economy changes, rents never go backwards. They never go lower. They always go up. So no matter what, your rental, your cash flow is always going to go up over time.
Okay. I like that. So you say buy and hold should be the strategy because that's how
Hmm.
you build real wealth.
Yep. But flipping is good too, to build some capital too. If you don't have a lot of capital, you flip a couple properties, build some capital. Then eventually maybe split it up, do a little flipping and do a little rental. But rentals is like the main thing to do.
So
That's
how
the
do
key.
you okay, so here's the deal, right? So a lot of people, let's just say somebody like me. I don't have a team in Detroit. I know I will have to go out and probably network to find some people, but how do I even know what team I need if I'm just jumping into this? Like I have no formal schooling. I don't have investing experience, but I know I need a team. How do I even know who I need on my team?
It depends what you're trying to do, right? Like, if you want to flip a property, you have to. Well, first things first, you got to make sure your credit's good, right? You start with your credit. You sit down with a loan officer or a banker. You make sure that you're pre-approved, right? Then at that point, you find a realtor. You build a relationship with a realtor that you trust, that you think could get you good deals, right? And most importantly, knows the market, right? You don't want to go to that
Yeah.
guy that's your cousin or whatever that just got his real estate license because he doesn't know yet. He's still learning, right? So
Right.
now we're talking about numbers. So you got to be, you need the right professionals around you, right? And then you have to build a relationship with an attorney. Find an attorney, maybe. I found that I usually like dealing with younger attorneys than older attorneys just because I could relate more to them, and older attorneys are like stuck to their ways, right? That's just my
Mhm.
experience. Nothing to say that it's wrong how old they are or how young they are. But
Yeah.
you kind of relate better to them.
Mhm.
Then at that point, you find your property. Then you need to find some contractors.
Right.
When I deal with contractors, first time around, what I tell people is don't give a contractor too much money, right? Try to break that payment down as little as possible. If they want 2 lump sums, tell them no. I'll pay you in 4 to 6 draws like that.
Listen, y'all. I hope y'all have been taking notes. He's dropping some really serious game. And he's making it simple for y'all. So I hope y'all been taking notes, and I hope y'all know to go get his book. So drop where you can get the book from. I'm gonna be listening in a couple weeks, but let us know where we can get the book from.
You get it on Amazon, Barnes and Noble. My website, CesarPina.com.
Okay. You
It's at
doing a book
Target now,
tour?
Walmart, everywhere.
Are you doing a book tour in person?
They
COVID
still,
is almost gone.
yeah, I hope so. But at our real estate seminars, I've been selling and signing books there, and meeting people, which
Okay.
has been pretty awesome. We're gonna be in Charlotte next June 20th, and we're gonna be in Houston in July. I forgot what date for that one, but it's also on my
Okay.
website.
Okay. We're gonna definitely make sure that we go. And we didn't even talk about your real estate seminars. How do we find out about those? Are they online? Are they in person? How do we find out about them?
You could go on my DJ Envy's Instagram page or my Instagram page, and the link is in our bio. And we also post them on Eventbrite.
Okay. And you know what? You happen under is gonna get me for this, but I want to know how an Envy link up the connection with you and Envy.
So I met Envy through a good friend of mine, which is Nip the Grit. He owns RGF Records, and Fetty Wap is signed to him.
Okay.
I'm from Patterson, and Fetty Wap and Nit are from Patterson, and that's our relationship. And then Nit's in the music industry, and he knew Envy, and that's how we hooked up.
Okay. Well, I love it. Looking forward to speaking with you more. We definitely appreciate you and your time. Y'all go get his book. I'm waiting for the audible version because that's how I listen and absorb my books. So, but yeah, go get his book, y'all. He's definitely out here killing the game. Congratulations to you on just really turning your life around and not only showing your successes but also the challenges as well, because I think that's an important process to share with people too. So we
Hmm.
appreciate you. Let us know where we can follow you on social media too. We got your website, but what about social media?
Flippin' NJ.
Flippin'
Yeah.
and J.
Flippin'
That's real
underscore
simple.
NJ. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for stopping by the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call. We'll be in touch soon.
No
Take
problem.
care.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Appreciate it. I hope y'all was taking notes. Listen, y'all, my internet is messing up again. But y'all want to sit up here and create so many excuses as to why y'all can't do something. He just made this real sweet and simple. Like, you got a credit score of 620. You can go get some grants. You can, like, it's a whole bunch of stuff that you can do. You got $5,000. Let's go. Y'all spend $5,000 on 2 designer label items. Y'all not serious about it. Jamal Tippin says, attention, if you have 400 to 500 credit score and want a 700 to 800 credit score, I have a connection that legally erases. Jamal, Jamal, Jamal. I'm talking about Caesar. But I say he got some people that legally help you. That's all I'm saying. What y'all credit looking like? That was one thing that he said. Good morning, First King James, who took his talents from Akron, Ohio, and brought them to the A. Good.
What's happening? What's happening? What's going on with you?
Every time you say what's happening, I always do them Meg Thee Stallion. I'm a savage. What's up? What's going on? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you too. What's been
Thank
cracking?
Listen, I just want to know about your weekend.
Oh, it was pretty busy. I mean, I went to that event on Friday with
What
Spice
event
from
was that?
Love and Hip Hop.
Oh my God, I saw clips from it. They said it was off the hook. What happened? Tell us about it.
It was crack. You know what I'm saying? It was packed. No social distancing, but the music was good, and it was nice. It was a nice event. You know what I'm saying? Late at night, a lot of young kids there. You know what I'm saying? A little bit out of my demographic, but I had a good time. No, the TJ, there were not a lot of masks at hand, and folks was packed up. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Atlanta has always felt like the pandemic has passed over the city. There was no such thing as any social distancing whatsoever. But you know what I'm saying? I practice social distancing and the mask, so I was good.
I was watching your social media pages this weekend, and I didn't see you post about it. So I don't know if I missed it, but I was looking for a post with like a leg by the head, like you know how you like to pose.
That was an anomaly at Jocelyn's Cabaret. I took a picture with a couple of the dancers and the stars in Jocelyn's Cabaret, and she was just in a mood that day, and she just flipped the leg. And she's one of the porn stars, so she's always risque and provocative and flexible. So she threw a leg on top of my shoulder, and the dude snapped the shot. So it was totally unexpected. And I had my mask on, so you couldn't see me. You couldn't see my shock and surprise.
Okay.
But that normally doesn't happen. That was an aberration. So but I had a good time.
So none of that happened this weekend at Spice's event. That's what you're trying to say?
No. It was a lot more orderly. I mean, it was being filmed by VH1, so they weren't trying to have that kind of noise. Nothing like that. Yeah. They kept it. They kept it pimp tight.
It was classy. So we probably
I wouldn't call it that.
Love and Hip Hop this season, and because they were filming the video for it, so we probably gonna see you on the episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Yeah, it always catches me by surprise when somebody, my sister or my mother or relatives from around the country say, "Hey man, I saw you on TV. Now, what you on Love and Hip Hop now, or you on Braxton Family Values now, or whatever?" Because I don't be paying attention. I be trying to get the shot. I be trying to get the interview. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be a star. I'm not trying to be a star because I'm already a star. So I don't need the spotlight because I generate my own. So
First King James, the starer. Okay. Your cousin is online. He said, "What's up, Schraub?" He said, "What's up, Schraub?"
What up?
D said,
"What
Tell
up,
us
Schraub?
what the event was." And then Jean said she used to be flexible too.
Oh, Jean. Really?
Oh, Lord.
Well, Gene, let's talk after the show. But anyway, back to the issue at hand. Now, the event was in the cut. It was definitely in the cut. So once they finished displaying her song, I was up the spot. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, they just be having too many issues to be popping off at some of these joints and premieres and music events in the A, but then again everywhere. So as soon as my job finished, just last night they was talking about shooting at another celebrity. I forgot it. Well, he's a semi-celebrity, so I can't even remember his name. And then in New Orleans, 9 people were shot in 6 separate shootings
Oh my God.
at clubs in districts. So it was just like I've become a little bit more wary of my surroundings, and then like you know what they say, Portia. I mean, after, nothing good happens after midnight. So
Yeah.
once my job was done, I was out the spot,
You left.
and I was taking a look at all the people in line trying to get into the spot as I was exiting, and they look like high school kids. So I was just like, this ain't the spot for me. Yeah. So I enjoy
Well.
going to these events, but when it's over, I pieces out.
Well, I can't wait to see you on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Shrop the Star is going to be making his debut 2021 because y'all know he's been a star. So, but this will be his first
Oh, yeah.
TV appearance outside of TMZ because we know he's a regular contributor on TMZ, y'all. We know that. We know that.
Oh yeah, I forgot
know
about that.
that.
Yeah. So yeah. I got to
So-
do the damn thing. You know what I'm saying?
You know, you keep your hand in the I was gonna say in the fire, but you keep your hand hot. You stay in
Yeah.
the mix.
Oh yeah. Got to
That's
do it.
what's up.
Got to do it. I mean, you got to diversify, just like your last guest was talking about, and got to do it.
Listen, he was giving y'all keys. The name of his book is Split. He was giving y'all the keys. I hope y'all was writing down because he said you cannot build real estate wealth without holding. A lot of people like to flip. And like he said, I don't want to make nothing less than $100,000 on my flips. Listen, I am there for that. But he said real wealth is built by, being by holding, keeping it. And
Oh
all
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So what did you do for your weekend? Since you all up in mine, I need to sweat you for a minute. What was you doing?
So I worked on Friday until I just couldn't work no more. But I worked on Friday. I sent my proposal in, so that was good. And then I just chilled with the girls. The girls flew in on Thursday, and so they flew in Thursday evening, and spent some girlfriend time. Sat out on the beach. I didn't get enough beach time because I'm not as tanned as I would have liked to have gotten. But I'm still a little red. I don't know if y'all can see them red undertones.
I mean, you're crispy enough.
Listen, I like being so whenever I'm super tan, people always ask me like, what's my nationality?
No, they don't. No, they don't.
I'm black.
No, they don't.
I'm blacker than blacker
No,
than
they-
black, blacker than
No, no,
blacker
they
than black, black. I'm just saying.
No, they don't. You are not
Anyway.
exotic. Come on, quit playing. Quit trying to play that role.
We gonna elevate high today. We gonna elevate high.
I mean,
yes,
you can
so
still
black
put on
people
sunscreens
still do have
so
to
that
put
you
on
don't burn.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're right.
But
You're right.
it's good that you got some vitamin D.
Absolutely. And y'all know I take my vitamin D on a regular basis, but getting that natural vitamin D from the source of all sources, felt great. We were playing in the ocean last night. Just, the waves were
I mean, that's the
crashing.
reason. That's the reason why your internet wasn't working the other day, because of the fact that you had sand all in your computer.
Whatever. Oh, you
Yeah.
can see my tan, Jean? Girl, yes. Listen, before I leave today, I'm gonna go sit on the beach for a little while longer. So I can go ahead and get it all over. But yes.
Mhm.
And then that
Well,
was
thank
it.
you, everyone.
We did the wind up last
Oh,
night.
okay.
What'd you say?
Oh, okay. No. I was just
Yeah,
about to
yeah.
ID the show and go to my sports segment. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
Actually get some work done today.
Girl,
But thank you,
wait a
everyone, for tuning
minute,
in to the Rolling Out AM Wake Up
Shit,
Call
hell
with D. Thank you, Shrop, and Iris, if she's there. You know what I'm saying? Jean,
no. Of
holla
course,
at your boy.
Iris is there. Of course, Jean is there. Shirley Carter. Don't forget Shirley. Kathleen. Everybody.
Oh, Kathleen, all them. Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Yes,
anyway,
yes.
we unfortunately got to start off with the sports segment with something horrific, just so heinous and egregious that it's beyond description why somebody would do this. But I can't remember the guy's name. Well, he's Puerto Rican, but he was a mainstream boxer, and his name is Felix.
We can't hear him, but we see Felix. So what happened with Felix?
So Felix Verdejo, he's a boxer, he's a professional boxer. Well, he probably won't be anymore. But anyway, he murdered his pregnant girlfriend. He's a married man. And what happened was, okay, there we go. And so what happened was is that he basically he went over her house, punched her in the face, drugged her, and then threw her over a bridge, and then shot at her. So, hello?
I'm still here. I'm listening. That's terrible.
Oh, okay. No, I'm sorry. I'm just I just had a pause. I didn't hear anything in the background as I usually do, like you just hard breathing. But anyway, it was just a horrific crime, and he had, this reminds everyone who's sports fans of a man named Mr. Caruth, Ray Caruth. He was a gentleman who murdered he was playing for the Carolina Panthers, and he murdered a woman by Sharika Adams, who was also pregnant with his child, back in 1999. But this is particularly heinous because of the fact that he punched her and drugged her with something that he found on the streets, with a drug he bought on the streets, and then bound and tied her, and then threw her over the bridge into a ravine. And then as she was floating, her body was floating away, he fired shots at her to try to make sure that she was dead. All because she was pregnant. I mean, that is just, wow, that is an unspeakable, reprehensible crime. And so if he is guilty of that, I hope he gets I hope he gets the entire chair. I mean, I don't know. I know it's part of the United States, but hopefully they have some particularly gruesome type of crime that they can, punishment that they can enact with this gentleman, because she was just pregnant. I mean, she was just pregnant. I mean, pay child support. You get divorced, but you live, she lives, and her unborn child lives. I mean, was it worth all that? Wow.
He'll be living in prison. That's where he's gonna be living at, in prison.
That is, wow.
It's so uncalled for. Like, it was so preventable. All of it. Like, you could have just stayed, a monogamous man with your wife.
Or he could have put on a
none of
Jimmy.
this would have even happened. Like, I mean, even before you go to the Jimmy, even before you go to the condom, you could have just been in a committed relationship with your wife. You could have stood by those vows that you took with your wife.
Yeah. And so I
you
guess,
wouldn't have gotten anybody pregnant.
yeah, I guess Mr. Verdejo is Verdejo, and I know that in Spanish the J is silent. So I'm saying Verdejo. I guess he was too young to know about Mr. Ray Caruth when he murdered Sharika Adams for the same reason. In a drive-by shooting, it was a planned hit. And the baby survived, but is severely mentally retarded. So that life was lost by Sharika Adams, and the baby, who is now an adult, basically needs to be taken care of its entire life. It cannot live alone. And was it all worth it? I mean, come on, man. I mean, wow. Anyway, let's move on to something a little bit more endearing.
It's definitely terrible. It's definitely heartbreaking. I wanted to know, how old is he?
Oh, he's in his early 20s. And he was a star. He was a rising star. He was one of those people that was going to make it. But obviously, he was going to, I don't know, he was going to mentally collapse at any time. Because anybody who would commit this crime was evil for a long time. And so, I mean, what would possess you to do something like that? You already punched her out. You already hogtied her. You already drugged her. Why did you have to kill her? Like, he threw her over a bridge. And then when her body was on the ground, and floating in the water, he fired shots at her to make sure that she was dead. I mean, that's some serial killer mentality right there, boy. I mean, that's some Hannibal Lecter type stuff. To just be so devious and so evil, so wicked. Whew! Boy, they got a special place in hell for this dude.
Yeah, I hope they definitely throw the book at him, First King James, and I hope he rots. I hope he stays alive long enough to feel the rottenness of him being in prison for all those years. Like, I don't want him to die early. I want you to live that one for a long time, sir.
Yeah, and I know the producer said that Hannibal Lecter ate his victims. But what I was saying is that this Felix guy possessed the same type of just psychopathic callousness where you have absolute and total disregard for human life. Like, it didn't bother him to throw her over the bridge, kill her, because he fired shots at her to make sure she was dead. Just like Hannibal Lecter tore off that police officer's face to get away, he had no regard for that police officer's life. And anybody who watched Silence of the Lambs knows the episode I'm talking about. What a classic episode. But anyway, not to get off the point. It's just
that's so terrible. Now it makes me think with the ease of how he did everything, like I don't know, we weren't there to see it, but it just seems as if it, like you said, it was very easy for him to do. Do you think he's done this before?
I wouldn't be surprised if he committed another objectionable crime in the past. Yeah. I would not doubt it. I would love to find out his, the kind of life that his wife and his children lived. I can almost promise you that she lived under a specter of abuse. It's just this is one of those crimes that's beyond description.
Ooh. Yeah.
It's just unspeakable, unspeakable evil. But anyway, speaking of evil, let's lift this dark cloud over us. Go into something that's a little bit more, endearing to the audience. Vanessa Bryant, bless her heart, she has come out with a clothing line in honor of her daughter. It was her 15th birthday on Sunday. As you see here, she's hanging out with Sierra and Layla Anthony in her new clothing line dedicated to her daughter, Gianna Gigi Bryant. The name of the clothing line is called Mambacita. And that is basically in dedication to the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant. Of course, they both passed on January 26, 2020 in suburban Los Angeles in a helicopter crash. So in dedication of her birthday, she basically produced this clothing line. And here you can see the likes of superstars around the league wearing it, including none other than Steph Curry. And check it out, Portia. I mean, it's actually dope.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Steph Curry right there, but there's other people who wore it. The Los Angeles Lakers, of course, fully backed her. And I think this is a wonderful way for her to continue to heal. This has to be very cathartic for Vanessa Bryant to be able to do something so, just something so beautiful in her daughter's name. She died at 13. She would have been 15 today on Sunday.
Wow.
So I thought that was a beautiful, just symbolic gesture to pay homage to her daughter. So, everybody go check it out on her Instagram page, Mambacita.
Mambacita.
Yeah, so
yes, I would wear it. Yes, I would definitely wear it.
Absolutely.
And I think it's super dope. I love what it stands for. And shout out to her for, continuing their legacy. And that makes me think, is that partly one of the reasons why she parted ways with Nike? Not exactly sure.
That's part of the reason why she parted ways with Nike. Also, Kobe was thinking about going in his own way anyway. He was talking to someone, ironically, in November of 2019 about leaving Nike and going on his own, doing something that, where he had total creative control. Because everybody who knows Kobe Bryant was that he was a control freak, but it's okay to be a control freak if everything you touch is a success. And so he was going to go out with his own shoe line and clothing line, and he was really going to do it up big. And of course, he perished just 2 months later. So obviously, some of this part of Kobe's DNA is in Vanessa, and she paid attention to his business savvy, and now she's exercising her business acumen on the world stage. And I'm just happy for her because I'll be bringing on soon another woman who lost a child, and she's answering the food deserts, the food insecurities here in the city of Atlanta in honor of her daughter, who died tragically in a car accident. And she's saying that most days, even 4 years later, most days, the pain is so unbearable. She can barely get up, barely eat, barely take care of herself, barely work. So there, so it never goes away. That vacuum, that cavernous hole in your heart, it never gets filled. And so this is one of the ways in which people like Lauren London, Vanessa Bryant, and my friend whose name is Tiffany Moore are able to just deal with the loss of a loved one.
I'm sorry to hear that, King James.
Yeah. So I just think it's a great thing. We're bringing her on. And
Terry, they're saying you have a bad echo on Facebook. I'm not exactly sure because I don't hear it. Hey, Randy.
I don't hear it either.
Said you have one, and then Iris Baker said you have one as well. Hey, Randy.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Iris. And thank y'all. Oh, it's gone now. So you know what? I guess that was TJ. Anyway, I'm not. I can't really blame anybody.
Wait a minute. So I want to go to the Good Shop. He says that her clothing line sold out in a minute, so that's a great thing. Yes, Mamacita, and they sold out in minutes. And the superstar's name that you mispronounced, I just want to let you know, it's not Layla, it's Lala. Lala Anthony is who that was. You said Layla. It's okay.
Tomato,
I just wanted to make
tomato,
sure.
Layla.
I just wanted to make so when you interview people like that, you have to be able to pronounce their name correctly. Like Maya. Okay. Good.
Okay. Well, that is one of my Achilles heel. Is I repeatedly misspell Dwayne Wade's name as well as Dwayne Johnson's name. And I just can't seem to get that together. I wrote a story on Dwayne Johnson just this morning because he is aspiring for the presidency. It's not on my list of stories, but it's a story I wrote this morning. And I spelled his name like I spelled Dwayne Wade's name, which was an unorthodox spelling. And I just like, oh boy, I did it again. Wow. That really irritates me when I get people's names wrong. Anyway.
Yes, Lala.
Okay, Lala.
TJ,
Hey,
put
Lala.
it in the chat. Phonetically spelled Lala.
Yes. Lala. Okay. Lala Anthony. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. And a lot of people don't believe that Floyd Mayweather is one of the greatest champions of all time. They really don't have as much respect for his 50-0 record, the first boxer in American history to reach 50 without a single defeat, because of the fact that he fought everyone outside of their prime and did not, fight the fighters in their apex. But what is happening is that you got to get a boy credit. He is busy. His business savvy is on point, and he knows how to make that money. So basically, what he's doing, he said, even though he's in retirement, he is coming out. He's basically doing an exhibition with the YouTube star Paul Logan. And so what they're going to do is that he's saying that he can make 9 figures from this fight, and he would only make about half of that if he fought a regular boxer. So he's not even really interested in trying to be a great fighter or enhance his legacy. Basically, what he's doing is that he's basically trying to make more money, stacked up chips, and I can't be mad at that. I don't know, TJ, producer TJ, do we still have that video I sent that maybe perhaps we could play to talk about his explanation because he really broke it down. Here we go.
Let's go.
I can fight a fighter right now, right? And I can guarantee myself what 35 million. I could guarantee myself 35 million. Eventually, probably make probably 50 million, right? Just a regular fighter, right? Or me and Logan Paul or a YouTuber, we can go out and entertain and have fun and make 9 figures, 100 million or more. So if you were me and you were retired, because everybody thinks that retire mean at home with your feet kicked up and you picking up weight and you growing and your hair getting gray. I prefer to go out and still entertain and have fun.
Why fight Logan Paul?
Why not? I mean, like I just told you before, remember this. I got a sharp mind. I told you I was an entertainer. I'm not just a fighter, I'm an entertainer. So, I mean, why not? Something different, something that I don't mind doing, and something that the people want to see. Name another boxer besides myself that's more famous than Logan Paul.
Tyson Fury, maybe?
What? So let's look up. So what you need to do right now, I want you to look up Tyson Fury, look up how many followers he got on social media, and look up how many followers Logan Paul has on social media. Hold on. So 50 something compared to 4 something.
Yeah, that was Instagram, but
it doesn't. At the end of the day, there's no comparison. Crossing over, I'm the one that started all the exhibitions. Me fighting an MMA fighter. It's just me mixing everything together. Everything started.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So here's the thing. I heard his rationale. I get it, but I don't know if I would want to risk his record because they say that the taller they are, the harder they fall, the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Right.
Logan Paul is extremely tall. That doesn't say that that's an automatic pass or a win over Floyd, but at the same time, I just don't know if I would risk it, especially at this juncture in my career. Like you 50 and leave on top. Like what's wrong with leaving while you striking when it's hot and leaving on top? I don't think this is the time for him to strike.
Yeah, I just think that this man has always been about his coins. He loves stacking them chips. And he don't give a damn about what people think about him. He wants to make that money, and like I said, most people don't even respect his 50-0 anyway. So,
Gene's so crazy. Yeah. Gene said, "I'm retired. I will thigh fight Floyd." She said, "Let's bring back mud fighting." Listen, I just don't want him to get out here and lose. I just think he has way too much to lose other than money at this juncture in his career. He's 50-0. Let the record books show 50-0. You good. You could put your money in the bank and get interest in and not have to worry about brain injuries. And this is MMA. There are no rules. Okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, you're right. On to the next subject, Mr. One of the beautiful stories coming out of the NFL draft, which is a huge blockbuster in the ratings, is Mr. Najee Harris. Mr. Najee Harris is a man who basically he lived in a homeless shelter in 2010. So this is 20. So when he was about 10 years old, he and his family were living in a shelter in Richmond, California, which is about I'd say, it's in the Bay Area. It's near Oakland and San Francisco. And so what happened was that when he got drafted, or I should say before he got drafted, he hosted a party, a watch party of the NFL draft on Thursday at his home. I'm sorry, at the homeless shelter, and fed everyone at the shelter in appreciation for what they meant for him in his life. You know that most people who are homeless are going to shy away from that, are not going to let anyone know. You know, basically it's just, you know, vanity. People have too much pride to let anybody know that they were down and out at one point. So, but he and his mother went there and they watched the NFL draft with the homeless shelter. So he got drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is an iconic franchise in the NFL. So he went to Louisiana State University. So basically, his life is on an upward trajectory right now. So shout out to Najee Harris for showing love and giving back and showing some love to the homeless shelter that gave him and his family a place to live when they were down, because he ain't gonna be down no more. He about to be pushing the millions. So he good now. He good.
Yeah, that's a heartwarming story. I'm happy to hear it. And you know that he's not going to be one of these people that messes up his money. Like he came from humble beginnings. I think that's going to stick with him and stay with him. And you can see from these noble acts of him going back to the shelter to feed everyone at the shelter. This was before he even got drafted. He probably knew he was going to get drafted, but anyway, you know. So,
he was projected. Yeah, he was projected to be a high draft pick, so he knew he was going to get drafted. So he set it up to where he had the watch party, and they were able to watch him get drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that must have been a beautiful moment. His mother teared up, and when they returned to the homeless shelter, he said her mother is never emotional, one of them strong black women, but he basically said that she teared up because it brought back memories and it showed just how far they have advanced from then till now. So, shout out to old dude, man. That was just a beautiful gesture.
I love it. I love to hear it. I love to see it.
Yeah. My final story. Yes, he's going to be careful, and we know he's not going to waste his money. I would go ahead and sign off and come back in, but the show's almost over. I don't know where this echoing's come from. I'm hearing it now. But anyway, on to my last story. Tristan Thompson, yo boy. He's in the NBA. He plays for the Boston Celtics. He's known mostly for anything outside of basketball. He's only known as LeBron James' former teammate of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and he is known as Khloe Kardashian's wayward boyfriend. Okay, so his alleged side chick, and her name is Sydney Chase. She has been offered a reality show now, and so basically, her crew is called the Blackout Girls. So the Zeus Network, the same network that basically helped to resuscitate Jocelyn's career, has reached out and offered him a show, and it's already in production. It's not going to necessarily be about the affair or the romantic rendezvous. It's going to be about the Blackout Girls. It's Mrs. Chase and two of her BFFs. So what's so funny about this is that this is the second time that an alleged side chick of Tristan Thompson has been offered a reality show. Lainey Blair was offered a reality show in 2018, and it didn't make a lot of noise, but still, it almost as if that these gold digging women basically have these things set out before. I mean, they see somebody who's in the NBA who's not very bright. You can look at Tristan Thompson and say, this guy's elevator doesn't go to the top floor.
King James,
he's not cooking with a full
okay.
He's not cooking with a full can of grease, and
don't do that.
And they see an easy target, so they go ahead and they see a guy who behaves or allegedly behaves like a dog in heat. So he's going to piss on every fire. Yeah, so he's going to pee on every fire hydrant and tree. He has no control. So they see an easy target, and they have riches in their mind, and this is how they come up. Because her popularity has skyrocketed, according to the media, since she came out and told the world that she had an affair. She could have kept it to herself, but that was not part of her aim. She wanted fame. She got it.
Okay, so Kathleen says, I kind of blame Chloe. She needs to move on, be happy. She got her daughter younger and got both coming. Listen, first off, that little baby, their daughter, got his whole face. That's she looked just like his daddy. She looked just like her daddy. Second off, I'm with Kathy. Move on, girl. Bye. Like, why are you trying to stay and make this thing work? Like, the way that you got him will be the way that you either kept him or lose him. Like, you were the one who and help me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that this is the story where he had somebody pregnant when he met Chloe, and then she got pregnant,
Yes.
and et cetera,
Yes.
et cetera. And you know, now the cycle is continuing. I'm not saying that he's gonna get this little young girl pregnant, but he has a history of cheating.
Right.
Why?
Yes.
Why? Let it go.
Right.
Just let
Right.
go.
Right. And then and
Let
Chloe,
it flow.
Chloe, who I think is OJ's daughter, but she, I just think that OJ used to do the same thing. So basically, it's the like father, like daughter.
Listen,
And
y'all.
so
First King James is on here choosing violence this morning. It's Monday. Stop choosing
no,
violence.
no, I'm not choosing violence. I'm talking about extramarital affairs. If you recall, and I know that you claimed that you were too young to know about the O.J. Simpson trial, but back then he used to have multiple extramarital affairs on the woman that he allegedly murdered. But was filled with insane rage when she allegedly stepped out. So basically, what I'm saying is that Chloe did. Tatchers, where are you at the airport? Where are you at, Portia? Okay.
I'm glad the show is over. Let me say my positive thoughts before they start this alarm testing, y'all. This is some ghetto. I'm about to go.
So we know she ain't. We know she ain't in South Beach, y'all. They don't do this. They don't do this at the upscale hotels in South Beach. She ain't in South Beach. No, she's somewhere. Portia is somewhere between Fort Lauderdale and Miami.
I'm starting
at a motel. She had a Motel 8. She had a Motel 8. She had a Motel 8.
I'm starting my positive thoughts before they start this doggone testing, ADT testing. Okay, my last card, y'all. Dreams not only come true when they can exceed your wildest expectations. Dreams not only come true, they can exceed your wildest expectations, y'all. Go out and dream. We had Caesar on the day, and he was telling us about fulfilling his dreams and making his millions and all of that. I hope y'all took notes. I'm passing the ball before they start this testing.
What up? Thank you for tuning in to the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call. And I just think that my positive thought of the day is basically when you wake up in a bad mood or a foul mood, that you begin to meditate and pray and begin to reverse. Because sometimes you gotta, sometimes your mind works on, it's like, seems like it's on autopilot, and you wake up in a bad mood, or you wake up with, with this, the portent of something bad is going to happen. And so basically, in order to reverse that, just settle down, breathe, meditate, chant positivity, and pray. And basically reverse. Basically, you got to halt that, because we can't always control what thoughts pop into our head, but we can control how long they stay there. So that is my positive thought of the day. I'm First King James, who took his talents from Accra to Atlanta, and it is the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call. Thank you for tuning in today. And basically, we need to go ahead and rescue Portia from that Motel 8 between Fort Lauderdale and Miami.
I'll be at home tomorrow, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Yes, and thanks for warning all the people in Detroit so they can go ahead and fortify themselves for Portia's return.
We love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. D Shield says, yes, indeed, meditate and pray.
Oh, yeah, definitely, D. Definitely, D. Thank you once again, D. I don't think I thank you publicly for bringing me on your show. I had a wonderful time. Thank you very much.
He late as hell, D. The hell?
No, I thanked her in person. I'm doing it publicly. Get up off me. Get off me.
Let's go. Listen, y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Oh, I think Taru is coming on tomorrow too. He was out here wilding out this weekend. He was having murals. I'm just saying he was hanging with the presidents of colleges and, you know, he's dedicating murals to schools and stuff. I'm like, okay, I want to find out. Anyway, we'll find out tomorrow. We'll see y'all then.
Yeah, let's find out what old boy was up to. And then y'all can get back into relationships. Maybe we can ask Taru about Tristan Thompson and Khloe Kardashian.
Perhaps. We'll see y'all tomorrow.